So we've got all the latest news today, and we're at the Zenia Boulevard, 10 o'clock in the morning, so we're not at the promenade, we're doing something different, and we got a lot of news to catch up with. All the latest news, of course, all about the camper van that's just been fined on Santa Pola, the drug bust in El Capello, a businessman caught employing a couple of people without contracts, and the new way of buying a property in Spain. So yeah, lots of different news to catch up with. Make sure you watch it all the way through, and yeah, let us know in the comments what you think about today's news. First of all, we're going to be talking about this storm Jana. We've just had a storm Conrad. Yeah, we're on a big weather alert this next 3 or 4 days, and it ain't looking good at all. Today, the 13th, all the way up, they reckon up to the weekend, the whole of Spain is on weather alert again, and not looking good at all. Yeah, so we've just had storm Conrad, and this is storm Jana, and yeah, all of Spain's going to be getting dropping temperatures, freezing cold, even snow in places. But lucky for us here in Alicante province, we're looking at 18, 19 degrees overcast and cloudy, and Murcia as well. And not looking too bad for Sunday, because we've got the big parades going on all over the place, especially Cabaret, 3 o'clock. Make sure you're there. I'll be doing a video in Cabaret this week, and hopefully it'll be nice and dry for the Paddy's parade. Police have been up there, good work here again in Spain, because in El Capello there, just by Benidorm there, the other side, they've done a drug bust, and yeah, house 110 kilos of marijuana ready to be shipped out. The big operation they've been doing, and this was on the 11th of March, which is only, of course, recently. They done this bust, and yeah, 52-year-old Dutch man actually lived in this big villa here in El Capello. And he got caught with doing one lot of drug smuggling, 80 kilos. They had all sealed marijuana, and he was ready to do some more. So yeah, they've caught this big drug crackdown again. It was actually an off-duty policeman actually lived right next to the villa, and he see all these boxes being loaded up onto this rental van. And not only was loads of boxes being loaded up, it was a big smell coming up, and he yeah, got a whiff of the marijuana. Yeah, of course, that's when the operation started last month, and they busted him just gone here, 11th of March. And yeah, they already grabbed one of the cars, they stopped nearby, and apparently had 148 sealed packages of marijuana, 500 grams worth of the old buds. So the driver was arrested. And then another stop was 77 bags. So yeah, they were already in suitcases. So all this was all ready to be shipped off. Yeah, so that was another big good police work here in Spain. But talk about police work, they've been a bit busy down in Santa Pola, because you do get a lot of these camper parks. Well, they do park up anywhere now, and they're not supposed to. But they've fined someone 1,500 for dumping waste. And when we're talking about dumping waste, it was just putting dirty water down on the side of the road, and of course it's not prohibited here in Spain. So yeah, 1,500 chucking a bit of dirty water down. But they're just saying it's polluting the air and causes diseases and everything. And they're saying yeah, negative impact on the coastal and the marine life. And that weren't the only thing the police were busy with either. They're actually clamped down on a businessman of a shoe shop. There's 2 cases, as you know, the police do a lot of inspections, and they go around premises here in Spain and checking everyone's got contracts and they're all legal. And they're quite regular as well, literally a daily occurrence here. Bars and restaurants check if they all got their paperwork. Well, this one is a case in Elche. And yeah, the police pulled up a businessman in Elche, and it was actually a traffic control stop. And when they done an inspection of the vehicle and the driver, and that's where they found out that this person was working for this businessman with a shoe shop, didn't have all the legal contract papers, and basically was getting €5 an hour. 51-year-old Spaniard businessman is going to court, yeah, for not doing proper contract and going through the proper way that things are done in Spain, and like most countries, having employer legal rights and paying the proper money and the taxes. As you know, when you work for businesses out here and you're doing it all proper, The businesses actually pay your social security, which entitles you to free healthcare. So a lot of people do get little part-time jobs to get their healthcare covered, because healthcare can be pretty expensive here, especially if you got no medical and you're under the age of retirement. So they get a job and the businesses pay you. It's not great money. It's probably average about €7 or €8 in some cases, but you get your healthcare tucked in. So yeah, might not be a lot, €8 an hour, but if you're getting your medical care paid in your little job. So a lot of these businesses do try to avoid it, and cash in hand job. So there are 2 people who have been caught. That was the one in Elche. And the other one was where they actually carried out an inspection trip in Torrevieja on an hairdresser's, and while they went in there, they found out not only were the working conditions weren't great, they actually found out there was a Moroccan person that was illegal that was working in there. So yeah, 2 people are up in court, big trouble. So yeah, this next story I'm going to tell you about is the traffic speeding fines, and if you get any fines, of course, it could take up to 6 months before. And yeah, it happened to me actually. I was doing 86, I think it was, in an 80. Didn't even realise I was doing it. 6 months later, the old fine come through. Of course, you had to sign for it, so yeah. They're actually going to change all that now. They're actually going to do the new system they're going to do now is 48 hours. All traffic fines are now going to be sorted in 48 hours instead of taking weeks and months. Of course, when you pay up quicker, you get a reduced fine, which is half. So, but there is one thing about this express fine 48 hours they're bringing in. You actually have to sign up to the express fine system, which you've got to register on the DEV, which is the government website. They're saying it's the DGT website, and yeah, basically you register on there, and if you get any fines, you'll get it within 48 hours, and then you'll get your discount if you pay it quicker. I don't know why you have to do all that register. Why can't they just make it simple and just dish out a fine in 48 hours? If they can do it in 48 hours, why you got to register? Just make things so complicated here in Spain. Anyway, on a good note, if you're thinking of doing a lottery, Marbella is the place to go. They reckon it's one of the luckiest areas to get a lottery ticket. This lucky punter won $1 million jackpot in a little small lottery kiosk down there in Miraflores district. And they reckon this place, Miraflores down in the Costa del Sol, this bloke's been selling, this Spaniard, shall I say, Jimenez, for 25 years, selling lottery tickets from a kiosk. And there's so many people actually getting winning lottery tickets from him. Yeah, this is the 3rd millionaire prize money that is actually gives some lucky punter. So if you want to win the lottery, you need to get down to this kiosk, get off Juan Jimenez and get a lottery ticket. It's the 3rd one he's dished out, who's won $1 million. Other than that, there's loads of people winning loads of money. This one's quite a sad case actually. This chap's gone on holiday, and first holiday he's gone with friends in Benidorm, and the first night he's actually gone missing, and said he wasn't feeling too great, and he just wanted to get back to the hotel room. Of course, all the people that stand with him didn't even notice to the morning that he never went back to the hotel room. When they checked his bed, he hadn't slept in it. So yeah, it was all over the Facebook groups in Benidorm, and that, you know, he had gone missing. And a few days later, they actually found him bottom of a cliff, 400 feet drop at the bottom of a cliff. And the police are just saying, you know, it's accidental death, maybe had a few drinks, nothing suspicious. But the family are going nuts about it, because not only was he nowhere near where the hotel was where he was staying, but his wallet and everything was missing from his pockets. So they're saying he's either gone to the top of this cliff in a taxi with someone, or been kidnapped or whatever, but something strange, and there's something not right with the story, especially his wallet and all his stuff's gone missing. So yeah, we'll have to see what's going to happen with this case. So we're going to talk about this next story, is buying property in Spain, and yeah, it can be a bit difficult, especially if you're on low income and you can't get onto the property ladder, but there is a new way of buying here in Spain now. It's called the rent to buy in Spain, and yeah, we'll have a look at what kind of taxes you expect to pay. By the way, this new way of buying in Spain, rent to buy, is really becoming popular now. It's a fast growing trend. I reckon the average person spends 40% of their monthly budget on rent or mortgage payments. And they're saying even though the wages are going up, but yeah, they're not going up fast enough. They're only going up a little bit. So yeah, half of their money is literally going on just on their house. And this is what's made this system a bit more attractive. So yeah, you're actually not only renting, but you're actually buying your house at the same time. It's known as the rent to buy, also known as rent to own. It's a scheme where a proportion of your monthly and rent payments that get deducted right basically from your income. But like any old purchases you do, you're going to get expenses that are going to occur. Your taxes and deposits and everything. But even though you're going to be paying between 5 and 10% deposit on this system, you're going to get it taken off the total price anyway. So it's not a problem like that. And they're saying the same as well with your rental deposit. And they're saying the same as well with your rental deposit, which is returned right at the end of the rental period provided by the property, as long as, of course, it's in good condition. And there's also additional guarantees they're saying, such as a bank guarantee that's needed, extra deposits. Sounds like bank of mum and dad to me. What are the ongoing expenses? So your monthly rent payments are stipulated in the contract. Your maintenance and repair costs, which may be your responsibility depending on the contract you sign. You've got your utility bills, your electric and water and gas and internet. Taxes including the property transfer tax, the VAT. Of course, it all depends on the landlord's status, and of course you've got your communal fees as well. Or your autonomous fees, whatever way you want to look at it, is you've got all that included like you would normal do really if you own a place in Spain. And yeah, just coming up Bombo and Boss here, yeah, very popular little bar here. Just a popular little place, you have a coffee and a sandwich, and yeah, I've got someone waving at me in now. Oh, he's got a key ring, yeah, he's had one of my key rings before. No, I'm all right, thank you. Yeah, he wants to get me a coffee, yeah. I thought if I come here, I won't get spotted. I get spotted everywhere here in Spain. If you do decide to buy an house that you are renting, this is all the expenses as well you're going to be expected to pay. Agreed house price as well as the rent that's going to be deducted. Of course, as you go to the notary office, you've got between 2 and 5% of the notary fees you have to pay when you buy a property here in Spain. And of course, you've got your registration fee to register the property, which is 1 or 2.5%, can vary. Of course, if you get an agent to do this and do all the legwork for you, you expect to pay about €300 as well. So you've got to remember all these fees are included when you do go through this rent-to-buy contract. Of course, if you're the one that's doing the rental and you're the landlord, you've got to declare all this through your tax declaration as well. Of course, the only people that are doing this rent-to-buy are people that literally just can't afford to just buy straight outright. So yeah, it is helping a lot of people get on the property market. So if you're thinking of doing it, there is the other way, rent and buy. The last story again is right now, yeah, kicking off again, innit? Flight had to be diverted. A violent passenger on board, kicking off as usual, on its way to Gran Canaria. And yeah, they had to drop him off halfway and land in Lisbon, and yeah, dropped him off in Lisbon. The police were waiting for him, and O'Leary said he's not tolerating any of this drunken violence going on their planes. They get banned for life, and of course they just land anywhere, get them removed by the police, and off they went again. So yeah, a couple of hours delay on their trip to Gran Canaria, but I think that bloke had a longer delay. So yeah, that is all the news today. I hope you enjoy the news, and meanwhile I'm going to go and check up on the wife, find out how much you spent.